Yo, what is going on? This is that guy Face with Face, the music media. We are back again with another episode of How I Synth. In this video, we got Cherry Audio's brand new DS-2. Let's get into it.
Oh mama. Oh yeah. Face the music.
So, Cherry Audio's DS-2 is based on the Crewmar DS-2 from 1978. And what made this synth really unique is that at the time, it was one of the first instruments that would have two instruments in one. So it had the mono synth section good for basses and leads, and then it had the 44 voice polysynth section for strings and pads. And you could layer them both together to make really big sounds. And this wasn't just some random obscure synth either. Sounds from this era and from the Crewmar synth would include artists like Tangerine Dream, Stevie Wonder, and Duran Duran. But before we get into that, if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you can be notified every time we drop a new video, and go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Let's make us a sound from scratch. So I'm gonna click on new. I have the oversampling set all the way up to 4 times so we can get the highest possible quality. And I do have the bitrate set at 88K. So there's that. But anyway, man. But before we jump into making a sound from scratch, I have a big announcement to make. So I've been working on something for a very long time. Finally launched my website. It's called soundblueprint.com. Here's an unpopular opinion. Buying more plugins will not make your sound more professional. Sorry guys. I know this because I tried it for years. And so when I first got into making music, I used to get all the new plugins, all the new presets. I literally used to just scour the internet because I just felt like I had to have all of those sounds to make myself professional and sound better. And guess what? My music still sounded like everybody else. Go figure. So what actually changed everything for me was actually learning sound design and making my own sounds from scratch, like I do here on this channel. And once I started making my own sounds from scratch, that's when I started getting yeses and finally started placing music in film and TV. It's a step-by-step program that teaches you synthesis, sound design, that's gonna help you design your own unique sound so that when you pitch, you'll actually get placements because you're gonna stand out and you're not gonna sound like everybody else. So go to soundblueprint.com. And then also too, we have the 5-step sync roadmap that's preparing your music to pitch for film and TV, finding people to pitch to for film and TV, and then actually pitching. Head over to soundblueprint.com. But let's go ahead and get back into it, man. All right, so we're here in Crewmar. We got the synth section here. Let's start out with that and see how that sounds. What I'm gonna do is come over here and go to synth only because I don't want to hear the poly just yet. I'm gonna take the voices up to 16. Let's take the volume down just in case. We'll come back to that in a second. But let's go ahead and take a listen to all the waveforms here. We have the same waveforms on each one except we have pulse width modulation on oscillator 1, and then we have the sine wave on oscillator 2. So what I'm gonna do is turn the volume all the way down on oscillator 2. Let's take a listen and see what that sounds like. Let's go over here to triangle. And that is steppy by design. That is the sound of the synthesizer. I'm gonna come over here and just see what that sounds like. I have a chord progression I'll play in the background. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that. If you've seen any of my other videos, you already know I love to do the oscillator detune. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go up here. We'll do both oscillators to saw-2, and then we'll slightly detune one from the other. Let's take a listen to the chord progression and see what that sounds like first. Awesome. Now you see it's already set to plus 0.10 semitones. And so it's already got the slight detune to it, but let's go ahead and adjust that and see what it sounds like. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, so I love the sound of the Synth oscillator. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that. What I'm going to do is come over here. We'll go to oscillator sync and let's just take a listen to what all the different waveforms sound like synced. What we want to do is adjust the pitch of oscillator 2 and then it's going to sweep through the harmonics. So let's take a listen. Beautiful. I love that sound. That sounds beautiful. Let's go ahead and route that out to the LFO real quick. So this is the LFO section here. This is the mixer. And so let's go ahead and set this one to, let's do LFO 2. Let's go over here to VCO 2 pitch and let's set it to LFO 2. So we'll go up here to 2. This is the amount. Let's take a listen. Beautiful. I love that. So let's go through some of the different waveforms and see what they sound like with that sync. So let's take a listen. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, I'm going to come over here and adjust this one, see what that sounds like. Let's take a listen to that really quick. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the filter. So this is the filter section here. This is the filter envelope. Let's take a listen here and see what that sounds like. Beautiful. I love that. Okay, that sounds really good. Let's take a listen to the filter envelope and see what that sounds like. Beautiful. I love that sound. It's very aggressive and like metallic sounding. I love that. One thing I love about this synth is it does have envelope repeat. So let's go ahead and take a listen to that. Beautiful. I love that. Sweet. So now that we have that established, let's go over here and take a listen to the poly and see what that sounds like. Nice. Let's hear them both together. I love that. That sounds crazy. I'm going to turn it on to synth. Let's fool around with the arpeggiator really quick and see what that sounds like. Let's go arp on. Let's go to leap pattern. Let's do 2 on the octave range, and then let's just fool around with the controls and see what it sounds like. Let's take a listen. Beautiful. I love that. I think this is the perfect time to add some effects. So let's come down here to the effects. So I have a chain that I saved. It is the tape echo, the lo-fi, the envelope, the spring reverb, and then the lush reverb. So let's do it all one by one and see what that sounds like. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and add the lo-fi. Beautiful. So it just adds like a little lush, almost wavy kind of sound. I'm gonna turn up the dry wet so you can really hear what's going on. Beautiful. All right, so let's turn that down some. Let's go ahead and add the envelope. It does have some drive going on there, so I'm driving it pretty hard to get some distortion. But let's go ahead and take a listen to that. Let's turn that resonance down. Beautiful. I love that. Let's hear the spring reverb. Let's take a listen. Beautiful. That sounds fire. I love that. All right, let's hear the lush reverb. Beautiful. That sounds fire. Anyway, man, that's the end of this video. You guys let me know what you think about Cherry Audio's Crewmar down in the comments below. My thoughts? Yo, this sounds amazing, man. Once again, Cherry Audio knocked it out the park. I think it sounds high quality, nice metallic sound to it. So I would definitely say check it out, man. But anyway, man, this is that guy Face, the Music Media. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. And go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you enjoy the content. Also, make sure you guys go over to soundblueprint.com and check out the sound blueprint. Anyway, man, this is that guy, Face, the music media. We out of here. Peace.